Hello, everybody, and welcome into episode 8 of Mother's Jail. Tonight's episode is titled The Council of Five.
Oh, no.
Indeed. Last time, when we all got together, you all arrived safely in the city of Mitra Scaleth, a city that is basically half elven and half pirate. As a very long time ago, the fleet of Azur's Remembrance was blockaded into the port for so long that it just kind of started to set up shop there. And to this day, the city remains quite divided in that way. While there, you got to meet a couple of important people. The first was Lady Lenneth Eastbrook, who is you all know as the Commodore, and whom you learned is a representative of Mitra Primus on the elven home continent of Mitra Glorianda. She is also the adoptive mother of one Felicia of the Azure. And while there, you all had a talk with her about possibly forming this alliance. And Ramiel also learned that he was also born in the city of Mitra Primus. Indeed. You also got to meet the Tourmaline clan as you all went to the Eyes of Sapphire, the jewelry shop run by Brayley's family. And you got to meet her brothers, Braylon and Mark, and they were a lot. You also got to meet her mother and father, and found out that while she was gone, her mother arranged a marriage for her with one Kelsifer Arkwright, the oldest son of the Arkwright family, who, I mean, I don't know, I thought he was pretty great, but, you know, he brought Brayley some mushrooms, which was cool. She was a big fan of that. You also found out that he is the XO on the Diamond Sky, one of the ships belonging to one of the Council of Five. The leader of Azur's Remembrance, Admiral Shiso Denerin, has a council of 5 captains that he keeps and takes their advice very sagely. One of them is Captain Shigrash Blackeye, and she is the commander and captain of the Diamond Sky, whom Kelsifer Arkwright serves for. After dinner, Layla returned to the Eastbrook estate to spend the evening with Felicia, her cousin, and the rest of the party went to the Widow's Revenge, one of the new branches of the Widow's Revenge that has expanded out and opened. And overnight, Ayla, Ayla was paid a visit by someone who she really couldn't make out the form of too well, but she definitely recognized the voice as being
That's
Nova's.
all she needed, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, listen. And they faded to black. And that's where we left off. However, we're going to actually pick up across town in the Eastbrook estate as Felicia is there, and you meet up with, and Layla, you meet up with her. So let us get some more fitting music. So Layla, after dinner that night, you do return to the estate, and you are expected and allowed in. The estate itself is, as it always is, it's nicely prepared.
I didn't hear any of that.
Oh. From where?
My Discord, like from we were rewinding, and my Discord was just like, nope.
Oh, okay. Well, you are, we're picking up with you as you arrive back at the Eastbrook estate. You are greeted and welcomed in as they were expecting you. They have also recently finished up dinner, and as you enter, Felicia notices you from the sitting area. She is currently sitting with a book, and she waves to you excitedly as you are welcomed into the house. You gonna say hi or?
I go over and sit with her. Did that not come through?
No, nothing came through there.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Okay, try again.
I'm
As you
investigating stuff
causes?
on my end.
Okay, fair enough. Do you want us to go to someone else while you do that? Or do you think you're good? Okay.
Yeah, give me a minute.
All right. Well then, in that case, I need different music.
Oh, Kara just left.
Well, that's great. We're starting with you.
Fuck.
Oops. Hey. God, everything is going wrong. Okay. Nova. As I said last time, it is the most quiet it's been for you in a very long time. It has been a night where normally you are always very aware of Aruna's presence. It's hard not to be. She is a very... Well... she isn't subtle. Let's put it that way. You often find your attention drawn to maybe things that you wouldn't normally. Usually things of a very flirtatious nature.
Mm-hmm.
However, it's been a very quiet night, so much so that you wonder where she might be. And then suddenly she's back. You see her kind of as she enters in through the door. She doesn't actually open the door. She just phases through it as she stretches.
Out for a stroll?
Something like that, yes.
I see. Something about getting needs met.
Well, what can I say, Sherry? You are not exactly making yourself hospitable to a lust devil, yes?
I am aware, but as I've mentioned before, if I cannot engage in such acts without feeling, I don't see much of a point of putting someone through that and myself through that.
Oh, yes, I know. Well, do not worry. I was able to, how you say, get my rocks off.
Well, that's certainly one way to put it.
And don't worry, Ms. Ayla was very accommodating.
I'm sorry. Ayla?
Yes.
Ayla knows about you. I thought we were keeping this quiet.
Well, I would not say she knows about me per se. She knows that someone with this voice was in her room, and we, spent an evening in the dark.
She thought you were me.
Yes.
She went for it?
Many times.
Runa, what have you done?
Got my rocks off.
Yes, and now the next morning she is going to be approaching me and has an assuming that I was part of something I was not part of.
I can see that is a conundrum for you. I'm sure you'll solve it.
What? We are doing... We had been doing this, and I thought we had agreed onto what I was supposed to be and how I'm supposed to be that way, and this is compromising quite a bit of that.
Is it?
Yes.
I don't know. She spread her legs for the first tiefling who looked her way the other day. I didn't think I would be so different.
I don't... Okay. Maybe this was just a one-time thing, but I don't want her to think that this is something that I can be there for her, that you can be, but I cannot.
You sound very frustrated, very flustered, very concerned for your friend.
It's concerning because it could mess up the mission and the fact that we're all supposed to work together. Am I not supposed to be concerned about that?
Interesting. You are so worried, yet you have no problem with stabbing her in the back.
Do you not see how this will ruin everything that we've been trying to build?
Everything that we have been trying to build, everything that you have been trying to build.
What is your game, Aruna?
She shrugs. As I say, I wanted a little bit of satisfaction because you were not providing it, and she happened to be the next room down. I'm surprised you didn't hear us.
I was sleeping for the first time. There are plenty of brothels here. You know I know how to point them out to you.
You think that I cannot recognize a brothel? And I assure you can point them out.
I'm just merely saying that if you just really wanted to get your rocks off, there were other ways to go about it.
I suppose, but listen, she was, how you say, open. She was, willing to explore, as it were.
Explore what?
The further reaches of pleasure.
Well, that's probably thanks to your skill.
She gives a wide grin.
It feels like you're trying to insinuate something that I cannot fathom.
She gives you a long look at that. Can you not fathom it? Or do you not want to fathom it? Does it still hurt what he did to you?
I can never put myself in that kind of position again.
Listen, he broke your heart. I get it. I understand. That is why I'm here, and that is why I'm helping you. But I am not just trying to show you that it can be better. I'm trying to show you that you have not lost everything that you think you have.
Well, maybe, but I learned a little too late that nothing's worth the soul.
She nods at that. A lesson that many learn only too late. Though I will say you were my first. And there is always a special place in our hearts for our first, isn't there?
For that, I can agree with you. But, and yet, despite me being your first, you are not so easy and eager to find a second. Or is that something else you conversed with Ayla about?
Oh, we did very little conversing, save for the random crude remark at one another's dignity.
Of course. You're trying to get me to ask questions.
I'm trying to get you to realize that you are curious. She's pretty.
I'm aware.
You do so many kindnesses for her. You helped her save her friend. And I know. It's for the mission. Everything is for the mission, isn't it, Nova? That is so convenient for you.
I'll do something stupid if I feel that way again.
You are doing something stupid now.
Doing the only thing I know what to do now. There's a difference.
I see. Well, listen, if it is so terrible, just tell her in the morning that it was a mistake and a one-time thing. Maybe I'll even let it be.
I'll think about what to say to not cause more harm. I know what you're thinking. It's not like that.
Sure. Of course it isn't. She kind of twists around you, resting her fingers on your shoulder.
I think obviously I think Nova has flinched before, but I think it's more noticeable this time.
Perhaps she is not the only one who needed to get her rocks off.
I'm fine. I don't have things like that.
She gives a look. Who do you think you are lying to?
I can't have things like that.
As you say.
I'm going to sleep before I'm up all night. Thanks to you.
Sleep well, Sherry.
grumble, grumble, grumble turns over.
Meanwhile, back at Chateau de Eastbrook. Where's that song? No, I went too far. That's why I can't find it. But yes, Layla, you've arrived at the home of the Eastbrooks, and you're able to join Felicia in the sitting room as she sets her book to the side, smiles. Was the city to your liking?
It's well enough.
Well enough. Not exactly the feeling that they're going for here. The elves always like to be the, talk of the town, the cream of the crop, the best of the best.
Given the circumstances, sightseeing was not exactly the top of my mind.
Fair enough. So, I hope you'll forgive me for being forward. I don't know a whole lot about my aunt and uncle. So, your mom is Tahira,
Yes.
and she is my birth mother's sister. My birth mother was Anya.
That's what they say.
So, interesting. So your uncle, by marriage, would be Azir then?
Player is not following.
So Anya was one of Azir's wives. Her mother was one of Azir's wives, and her mom is your mom's sister.
Sorry, it took me a moment.
Yeah.
It's been a bit.
Well, and you grew up on another continent, so it makes sense.
I suppose that's also true. Hadn't really considered that previously.
I never got to meet my father. He died not long after I was born.
Should just sort of fold her hands and look down. Yes, that's all kind of unfortunate.
Yeah. And, well, nevertheless, it's nice to get to meet family. I have so little of it that is related by blood at this point, although my mother would say that blood doesn't really matter. It's just who you call your family that matters.
I've heard other people say such similar things, but that while there is merit in that, I think the founding of who you are comes from your blood. It gives you the beginning of the network of people that you know. Typically your blood's who raises you.
I mean, typically, I wasn't raised by my blood.
An excellent counterpoint.
She smiles. So, you came here to try to make things right, to try to help with the war.
As much as I'm capable of, yes.
As much as anyone's capable of. One person can only do so much, but a lot of people together can do a lot.
That's quite along the lines of what I was thinking. So I've come to take my place in the great effort.
She nods.
And just the clarification, so it's at Azure, and like that was the one that was war crimes, right?
Yes. Well, yes. Azure was part of the genocide, but it was Shizu of the Azure who was leading the Azure people who spoke out against the Dawn Scale.
Okay, but it was the Azure folks.
But it was the Azure people who were genocided, including Azure themselves.
Okay.
Azure, one of the sons of Dragon.
Ever since we heard what happened to your father and his people, I knew I had to come here and do my part to set things right. I'm sorry you have to be involved at all.
She thinks about that for a moment. It saddens me to think that the idea of doing what's right is coming to kill people. But I'm not sorry that I have to be part of this. I'm proud of it. I am one of the last of my kind. And I wear that responsibility with pride. I will stand against whatever may come my way, and if I die doing so, well, then so be it.
Now,
But
in the short time that we've had together, you'll do well. I've come to see that you're possessed also of a great heart and strong will.
she smiles proudly. Thank you. Come on, we have a guest room prepared for you.
Thank you.
She takes you upstairs. Make a perception check for me.
Let me extricate my dice tray from all of the things I piled in it.
All right.
I get that. I have candy in mine.
It's just such a convenient place to put things. And then you need to roll something.
And you're like, oh, oh no.
You said perception, right?
Yeah.
Nat one.
Okay. You don't seem to notice anything about her, as she
is right there.
She is certainly a person who is there. That's for damn sure. She takes you up to your room, and you spend the evening kind of chatting and talking, getting to know each other a little bit better. In that time, you do learn that indeed she is part of an order called the Rejoinder, and it is an order founded by Martine Sunvale and Rialta Folknir. And they are basically trying to create the next generation of those who will stand against the demonic, should it continue to be a problem. They're admittedly not certain if it will be. They don't know how fast or how many demons will accept passing on. But that's what the order is attempting to do. And that she is one of the founding members of it.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. Later that night, you wake up probably... It's not incredibly late, but it's late. And you awaken
very
thirsty. In the actual way.
not like Ayla.
Not like Aruna.
Not like Aruna.
And Ayla. They awoke thirsty. You awake
followed.
parched.
I followed.
Yeah. Not that one. As you go and get a drink, it is on the way back that you hear Lenneth's voice. She is in an office, what sounds like, though the door is...
And that's the adopted mother, right?
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
That's the Commodore.
I'm-
You hear her
I'm
voice.
finding my brain very scattered tonight. I apologize.
No worries. You hear her speaking, and she says, "What do you mean, am I certain? How could I possibly be certain? He's supposed to be dead." Yeah, no, I understand. I understand that. What I'm suggesting is that I think you're wrong. Okay, allow me to say it more clearly. I think my horse could do a better job running our intelligence than you are. Uh-huh.
And this whole time, I'm not hearing any response.
No, she's clearly talking on like a sending stone or something.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Okay, well, allow me to ask it this way then. Is there any chance maybe they went to Terracin? Okay, well, you'd better fucking find out. Because he's a dead ringer for Caressa. Okay. Well, what do you want me to do? Keep him here? All right. Well, let me ask you this then. Is our army prepared to go to war with the Children of the Deep? Because he's a lieutenant in their army, and if I start holding their officers, a war is what we're going to get. Well, figure it the fuck out. And you hear the sound of what sounds like a sending stone shattering against the wall.
Those
Oh,
are
no, she
expensive.
threw her phone.
Those are expensive. Don't do that. Oh boy.
Um,
Oh no.
I'll. Does it sound like she's coming out?
No. You hear what sounds like a loud plop down into a chair and an exasperated groan.
We'll go ahead and we'll open the door.
You're gonna go in the door? Okay.
We'll knock and then
Yeah.
open like 2 seconds later.
You do. And she kind of like looks up with a start. And she is there. It is Lady Lenneth as she looks up.
I apologize, but I was making my way to get a drink and I couldn't help overhearing your the end of whatever that was. Difficult conversation, I take it.
She kind of glances at you. Yes, a difficult conversation, to say the least.
Is it anything you care to discuss? Or would company help at all?
What do you know of the boy you're traveling with?
Romeo?
Yes.
He's a bit cagey about. He's been not directly forthcoming with his heritage, but he does.
I'm
seem
sure
to
he hasn't
be-
been.
He does seem to be involved with the Whispers from Terracin.
Come in. Sit down.
Do so. All prim and proper.
Would you care for a drink?
Well, that is what woke me in the first place.
I'm not suggesting water.
Please, if you would.
She pours you a glass of some sort of brown liquor. Hands it to you. Pours one of her own and drinks it.
Is it on the rocks?
It is,
Okay.
but only because she cast a spell on it to make it so. She doesn't just have a bucket of ice. Felicia, as I'm sure you've taken notice, is one of the last of the line of Azure.
We were discussing that earlier, yes.
Azure had a number of consorts. Her mother, Anya, your aunt, was one of them. But Azure only had one wife. Azure's wife was Prioress Caressa, the leader of the people of Mitra Glorianda before the current Prioress. Now, a long time ago, the Prioress and her only son were killed, assassinated.
I see.
However,
What does that...
because your friend has shown up at my doorstep bearing the markings of someone born in Mitra Primus with azure scales and who looks just like the Prioress.
Raviel's a
Take a
prince.
drink, contemplate. Well, I can't say anything for him in this regard. But in my experience, if you confronted him directly, if he knows anything of this, he would likely tell you. It is possible he doesn't.
It is. The elven people swore an oath to stand with Azure when they were married. That is why we are here today. That oath doesn't mean much anymore since that entire bloodline is gone, except maybe it isn't.
And in the event that he doesn't know, truthfully doesn't know,
I am arranging.
how would we go about verifying?
I am currently in the process of arranging transport for you all to Mitra Primus.
That
You will go and
seems-
you will go and meet with the Prioress.
It's another Mitra, so that's a complete different continent, right?
Mitra Primus is the capital of Mitra Glorianda, the mythical land of the elves.
Yeah, what the fuck?
This doesn't seem quite the time for such an excursion to me.
Look at it this way. You're seeking an alliance with Azure's remembrance. If your friend is the last surviving son of Azure, you'll have your alliance and anything else you need. You'll also have the elves.
Take another drink, think on it.
God.
She seems to mimic you. She finishes her drink because this is heavy and not what she was expecting tonight.
I do feel that perhaps it would be best to discuss this in the morning with the gentleman in question present and able to weigh in himself.
Yes. I am trying to figure out how best to broach the subject, but that is for me to figure out.
Again, in my experience, being forthright and direct seems most effective.
That is the intention.
Particularly with Sir Amiel. He is, again, in my experience, quite honest. Evasive, perhaps, but if you are able to pin him down, he does not seem to lie much.
Sorry, I just pictured Orion in my head. Yes.
Been muted this entire fucking time. What the fuck, are you kidding me?
I'm pretty sure we did hear you squeak at one point.
No.
If the prince is truly alive, I don't know. Even I can't predict what that's going to mean.
Yeah. It certainly would be a pleasant surprise.
I hope so. Have a good night, Layla.
Thank you for the refreshment. Down
She-
and leave.
Yeah. Anyway, so that happens.
So that happened.
We all got problems.
We all got problems.
I didn't even get to hear about this problem until later.
Hey, now you doing okay?
Hey, this is normally how my voice sounds.
So, morning comes Demetra Scaleth. You all awaken. Layla, you have a relatively early morning excursion down to the Widow's Revenge to find your friends with some new information, although you are not there right as everyone else is waking up. Everyone else is starting to gather downstairs for the famed breakfast buffet of
Get
the
that
Widow's
morning
Revenge.
cardio in.
Known to be one of the only all-you-can-eat buffets around. In fact, many people have taken it upon themselves to try to set the record, to try to prove false the age-old statement, just because it's all you can eat doesn't mean you can eat it all. So the four of you have gathered downstairs and are starting to eat breakfast. Will anybody, just so I know, will anybody be partaking in the contest to eat as much as possible?
I don't know.
Yes.
Is coffee going to be included?
Probably.
Uh,
Was Riley there? Did I
If
end
you-
up there?
If you
Yes,
want.
you were there.
Yeah.
Then yes.
All right. Anyone who is taking part, I need a Constitution saving throw.
Uh,
I don't feel like Ayla would unless someone goads her into it.
While that Constitution saving throw is happening, Ayla, when you awoke this morning, weirdly, you were alone when you awoke this morning. You kind of expected, given the events of last night, that you would, for certain, like, you're sure you made her pass out.
God, help me.
But you do wake up by yourself, and part of you can't help but wonder if it was a dream.
Huh. Okay.
It's not until you get up and see in the mirror and see the marks on your neck that you think, probably not.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay.
that
No, that
happened.
did happen.
They are plentiful, as are the long, deep scratches down your back.
Oh my god! Steven's gonna be the death. Devil's gonna be the death of me.
She was magical.
No, I think, Ayla, if there is any thought regarding Nova in your mind this morning, it is, damn, Nova's kinky.
Mm-hmm. I mean, say that like Ayla wasn't up for all of it.
Oh, completely agree.
You get to decide that, though.
Uh,
Oh god.
she'll, get dressed, head down for breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think when she sees
What's Nova like as this morning? What is Nova doing as she sits at the breakfast table?
She always has a plate of food and is always trying to take a bite to eat.
I need everyone to make a perception check.
I'm assuming except for the two of us.
Everyone except for Ayla can make a perception check.
Wait, actually,
Am
yeah.
I there yet?
No, you're not there yet, Layla.
Okay.
So Brayley and Ramiel, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So wait, before this, how, I guess like how early would Nova and Ayla come down for the
I feel like Nova's always up very early.
Yes.
Ayla, I think, is a little later this morning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. What would hypothetically someone roll if they were trying to like avoid making eye contact with two
So,
people due
that's
to some
Oh, on that note, actually, Brayley, your perception check's at advantage. We're not actually rolling for something you see.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Brayley, you're at
What?
advantage.
Sorry, did that scream get through?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Wait, what was happening?
Roll your perception
Yeah,
check
Brayley, roll
again.
perception again. You're at
Okay.
advantage.
It's for smell.
Because you're good at smelling things.
Please, God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Brayley,
Oh my God.
Brayley,
What?
Brayley.
No.
Ayla reeks of sex as she comes downstairs this morning.
Can I?
Weirdly, Nova doesn't.
Okay.
I feel like
You
Ayla.
just know that.
Listen, it's a very specific smell. Everyone knows that scent.
Oh yeah.
I
You
feel
all,
like-
y'all know the scent I mean.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
holy fuck.
Uh,
Did the fisherman come in?
Yeah. Smells weirdly of squid this morning.
Oh my god.
Calamari for breakfast.
Okay. Are we all at the table?
Yeah, you're all at the
All
table.
table.
I feel like Ayla flops down into the seat, kind of winces when her back hits the back of the seat, and just winks at Nova. You look well rested.
Okay, I'm going to go into that buffet now.
Oh, Brayley is just gonna look at Ayla.
Brayley,
Goodness.
on that note, with your 3 constitution check that you got, this is what leads to you not being able to eat as much as you were hoping to go for.
Okay. alright.
You just start
Probably
picking
avoiding
at your
the
food.
oysters.
So Brayley has this pile on her plate, and she takes a whip, and then she's looks at Ayla, and she kind of just lets the food fall from her fork that's about to enter her mouth. Oh. What did you get up to last night?
No for shoveling food.
I don't think she responds with words. I think she just glances at Nova.
Or should I say who? And then she's just gonna slide her plate away.
Oh
And
my
just-
god.
Aruna, how loud were you?
Oh.
I think what you mean to ask is, how loud were you?
No,
Romeo
just
comes back with
smiles.
a plate full of stuff and a giant tankard of coffee.
Ramiel, make a constitution save for me, please.
Oh boy. Great, 10.
And Nova, make a constitution save for me as well.
Oh, okay. 15.
All right. Well, Nova, this time around, you are the winner. So as you are dealing with the embarrassment, you are presented with your T-shirt that reads, "I got stuffed at the Widow's Revenge," which is very fitting.
You
Oh my
sure
God.
did.
Ayla just gives Nova the biggest shit-eating grin.
My favorite part is I don't think Nova intended to play. It's just that she was so
Just eating
she was just
constantly.
eating to avoid talking the
Yep.
entire time. And just didn't
Wait, can we
realize-
make this a real shirt?
Accidentally won.
I forgot.
Please.
I want it
I'm
to
supposed
be.
to be.
That's
working
been a
on it.
joke since the first campaign when they had their it was
Yeah.
like the first session of the
It
first
was
game.
Like the third, I think.
I got
keep
stuffed
forgetting
with
I'm supposed to be
Widow's
working.
Yeah,
Wait,
we're
wait,
Real early.
Caldana
got
was the
st-
winner.
I got stuffed at the Widow's Revenge. Is that?
Yep. Yeah, every branch of the Widow's Revenge has a contest in the morning to see who can eat the most at the all-you-can-eat buffet breakfast buffet, and whoever wins gets a shirt that says "I got stuffed at the Widow's Revenge."
Yep. I still need to make that shirt. That was a thing
So
we
good.
had down.
It is very important
Done.
that stuffed is in capital
Stuffed is
letters.
capped,
It's all
for sure.
Caps.
Good to know. Yeah. So when Nova gets the T-shirt, they're literally just. Thank you. It just looks the empty
look-
plate.
You look at the T-shirt and just hear in your head, "Yes, you did."
But I didn't. That was the point.
Yeah, that's true.
She.
Romeo is just pinching the bridge of his nose and just going. I think I know why Mom decided to omit that. Oh Lord!
Yeah.
Oh, there's no amount of coffee that will fix this.
My apologies for any
No, you don't need to apologize for anything. If anything,
I don't.
full glad am I that you had fun.
Nova weirdly looks very unmarked, I would say. And Ayla, I think you noticed that too, because while your body, well, while your neck is thoroughly decorated, you definitely remember leaving marks on Nova, but they're not there.
Prestidigitation, maybe?
I do. I think have that spell actually.
Wow. What an application.
I do have that
Oh my
spell. Legitimately.
Layla, it's about this time that you return and you join the party.
Ramiel is about as red as the beet he is trying to eat right now. At the
Contest.
very least, like the tips of his ears are, in the rare times that he has his hood down.
The contest is over. I am afraid, Layla.
Well, that's quite alright. That isn't my sort of thing. Ramiel, are you feeling well?
I'm fine. I'm totally fine. Yep. How about you, Bailey?
I'm okay.
And you, Layla, did you have a wonderful time at the Eastbrook estate?
It was quite pleasant for the most
Quiet!
part,
Oh, gods above, you are well spared. Quiet, peace and quiet.
I did apologize. You would not take my apology.
No. You don't need to apologize for anything. You
Was
don't need to
there-
apologize for being an adult, having fun.
Was there an incident?
No,
No.
Is
there
everything
was,
alright?
there was no incident. No worth mentioning.
She's pressing X really hard right now.
Yeah, you don't have to. One look at Ayla tells you something happened.
Romuel is making it a point to not make eye contact with either Ayla or Nova at the moment.
I like to think Ramiel's room was in between the Ayla's and Nova's.
Yeah.
Oh
Oh
That's
my
rough, buddy.
no. That's quite rough. We have appointments to keep. I imagine.
That morning, as you're all dealing with situation of the morning, a letter arrives via messenger, and it's a young elven man who steps in. Letter for Miss Tourmaline?
This one.
Oh, yeah, that's me. Oh,
What's your first name?
what's your first name?
He's just like looking at you like he doesn't believe that you are the person this letter is for. He thinks you just might have just spoken up. I asked you first.
They're having a stare off.
I think you need to confirm your identity.
Oh, well, I think he needs to confirm his, but okay. Braley.
All right, and he hands you the letter. And then he leaves. There is
She's gonna like stare daggers at him, like, why the
The whole time.
the letter is a very simple envelope, and it is sealed on the back with a wax seal that has the Arkwright family crest on it.
Oh, he writes to you.
Let's snap that open.
Within, there is a letter penned in a very neat handwriting that says, "My dearest fiance." It says, "I thoroughly enjoyed getting to make your acquaintance last night, and I look forward to our partnership over the next couple of years." Specifically, you get the sense that he is referencing your guys' sham engagement, but he probably needs it to look more official. He says, "In regards to your current endeavors in the city, I have located the individuals you are seeking, and there is a list of names beneath it. The first is Shigrash Blackeye, who is captain of the Diamond Sky. The second is Captain Canis Mistal, captain of the Lone Truth. The third is Captain Luca of the Scarlet, who captains the Scarlet Demon. Fourth is Captain Dominic of the Azure, who captains Azure's Fang. And the fifth is Captain Lillian Akanai, captain of the Lady in Waiting." It mentions that specifically that he has brokered a introduction for you to meet Captain Shigrash this morning, so you can meet up at the Diamond Sky.
Where
And
did he
that he-
sign it?
He signed it saying that he very much looks forward to seeing you again, and he sends his most well wishes and fondest regards. And he signs it as Kelsifer Arkwright.
Looks like we got our invite. Like, Braley's gonna just show everyone the letter.
Oh.
Luke of the Scarlet was the Scarlet Demon.
The Scarlet Demon.
Well, this is a good turn of events. And it seems we have an appointment to keep.
Wait, does Braley read this letter out loud?
I want to like show it.
Show
like,
the letter. Yeah, so we
Like,
can all
she's
look it
not
over.
gonna keep it private. Like, hey.
Yeah, she passes it around. What do you want to know about it, Ramiel?
He's just gonna read it through, like, you know how dads read the newspaper with the coffee in one hand and the newspaper in the other? He's gonna do that as he's taking the sip, and promptly spit take as he sees one of the names on there.
Captain Canis Mistal. Yes, they are listed as being the captain of a ship called the Lone Truth.
Is something the matter, Romeo? Don't spit on the letter. It is a good letter.
I do apologize. This is lovely handwriting. He has wonderful penmanship. Braley, are you quite sure that he's not mistaken with any of these names?
No. We talked about them last night. He's not mistaken.
And you're certain that this is how? Oh God.
What?
A friend of yours?
Friend or friend?
Ramiel actually does not respond. Instead, you see his face get even redder.
No, that's what a friend. All right, cough it up. Whose is it?
I um remember the friend I mentioned who gave me the brooch last time I was here.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe he may as well be one of these names, actually.
Oh, well, that's perfect. As that means we have an in with someone else on the list.
Well, I can't be certain. I mean, who knows? Canis might be a common name around these parts.
Look at Brayley.
Yeah.
Is it?
I mean, it is an elven name, but I no, I wouldn't say it's a common name.
There's a good chance this is your guy. I mean, I don't know many.
He's not my guy. I mean, certainly, he's not bad on the eyes, and very polite. It was actually kind of a little startling. I quite literally bumped into him, and instead of admonishing me for it or demanding recompense or what have you, he offered to give me a tour of the city, and by the end of it, he gave me the brooch I showed you.
Then
I could-
you
Oh,
made
you-
it. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, you bumped into him?
Quite literally.
You ram. Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Goodness.
I wasn't really looking at my where I was. Listen, it was the first time I'd been to another elven city, and it reminded me a lot of home.
Mhm.
Back in. Yeah.
I see nothing's wrong with this. He obviously was attracted to you, and perhaps you can use that to your advantage for us to get an end, and then we can leave.
Oh, was it though? Was that physical attraction? Because
Ramiel, he gave you a damn brooch. That is like 2 steps below a ring.
I mean, he might give out these brooches willy nilly. You never know. He recommended the Eye of the Sapphire.
Oh
Th-
yes,
that's
he
how
has.
that's how I met Brayley. I went to the Eye of the Sapphire, met Brayley there, and we got to talking, and Brayley became a friend. And
All I am saying is I cannot to see if he wants to perhaps get together for some coffee
I think
and help us on our mission.
Ayla like puts a hand on Ramiel's shoulder. I don't care how rich they are. No one is handing out brooches like that willy-nilly.
Yes, he has a bag and he is simply giving some to every pretty person down the street. No, that's not how that works.
I mean, well, okay. Well, again, my point still stands. This might not be the same Kane as I met the last time I was here.
So we
And-
will ask.
Maybe this time he'll give you some mushrooms, and then you'll be engaged.
Pardon?
God damn it.
That's how it happens, right?
That's how it happened for you.
Sorry, am I missing a fucking euphemism for something?
Nova just turns and looks at
that's true,
Brayley.
too.
Darling, I think that was a specialized occasion.
Unless
You,
you,
uh,
eat other
you hear in your
mushroom.
you hear in your head, Nova. I know who I am visiting next time.
Aruna, don't make this harder for me.
Well,
That is exactly what I have in mind.
Aruna!
I'm not.
But I know you don't prefer men anymore, so.
Aruna's not a furry, but
Well, all of that notwithstanding, circling back to your home, Ramio, my hostess did have something she wished to ask you when we are next there.
oh, is it about the birth bookmark thing.
Yes, something of the sort.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, I'm not really all that familiar with it, or only that, um, as a child, I heard stories from my folks about the mythical glory of the elven homeland and how only a select few can walk on or even deign to entertain the thought. But I figured, it's Moon Bay. They have some kind of legend about some kind of elven paradise or some sort.
Yes, just I wanted to make sure I passed word along to you.
I mean, yeah, I mean, if anything, she seems to know more of me than I know of me. So,
That does seem to be the case. I agree.
Poor Layla.
I mean, it was just last night that I found out that I wasn't even fucking born on Moonbay, as I thought I was.
She has something of a hypothesis regarding that. I'll let her give you the details.
Mm. Well, whatever the case, we do still need to meet with her regarding her own endeavors into seeking an audience with the good admiral.
Well, it seems we have a person this morning, and perhaps we can go see her afterwards. Right? The first engagement was this morning. One of the ship captains, whose name I have conveniently forgotten.
Shigrash, Black Eye.
Shagrash.
Happens all the time.
She did say she'd need a few days, so if anything, we can drop by later in the day.
Yes. Well, let us at least see this Shagrash, and perhaps your little friend Kindness as well.
Hmm.
Could be a fun reunion. I will find it entertaining.
Let's just put it this way: he may have sealed the deal on current thoughts of, and he drifts off from that, trails off at that.
Goodness.
He made me realize a few things about myself.
It's a very enough.
Well, that's always a great thing.
Or rather, he was the last nail in the coffin, so to speak. Damn him.
Certain
Give
pretty
her a
men.
smile. Or give him a smile.
Certain pretty men can certainly have that effect, I suppose.
I mean, it's honestly unfair. I mean, beautiful ladies are a given, yes, but beautiful men.
Something to be appreciated when they are found, yes.
Well,
it was something. Anyway, I may need some more coffee.
You go get some more coffee, and as breakfast is starting to wind down, Nova, you hear a voice in your head.
yeah.
No, you don't need to take your glasses off. You hear another voice, a deeper voice. Agent Nova, you're overdue for your report.
She will look at everyone for a moment. I need to take care of something back in my room. I will meet you all outside when we are ready to go.
Of course.
And they'll go upstairs. And they will go in their room and lock the door. My apologies, officer. A great many things have been going on.
Then I do hope it will be an interesting report.
There
there were some interesting monsters. Monster, I should say. Had ivory skin, scales, and could take skins of others.
Pay it no mind.
Since that was simply. Does that mean you know something about it?
You are here to give us information, not the other way around. There are rumors swirling that the Children of the Deep are preparing an invasion. Can you confirm?
Yes, they are.
And what is the nature of this invasion?
Sorry, I need to look at the map real quick. We were heading to the Fangs, or were we?
Well, you just know that you're crossing the long jump eventually. You don't know where you're going yet.
Okay. Details are still being withheld, but there are plans to cross the long jump.
Excellent work, Agent Nova. Continue with your group. Learn all that you can. When you have a destination, contact us.
Very well, of course.
We will begin preparing our defenses appropriately. And when this is over with, you'll have your meeting with the Dawn Scale.
Thank you. That is good news indeed.
Over and out.
Over and out. And she will go back downstairs. Are we ready to go?
We got a couple people who had to go AFK real
Oh.
quick, so let's use it as a moment to have everyone use the restroom.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Because I have to go too.
Hooray! I'm going to, instead of using the restroom, I am going to do laundry things. So, nah.
Wait, what did I miss?
Conformity. Potty break,
Oh, we just all took a potty break then. Okay.
basically. Except me. I'm doing laundry.
Sarah, you're muted, by the way.
Better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
I was just saying, yeah, because a couple people had left, so we're just taking a quick bathroom break. So I'll go after when Callie comes back. It's fine, nothing important.
Yeah, nothing important. huh?
Just a secret upon secrets upon secrets. No big deal.
Listen, last campaign I was keeping a secret for a good fucking minute, so this time I had to up the ante somehow. We'll probably go over what just happened once Callie returns. Obviously, you guys don't know in character, but as per
Mhm.
people. So.
Yeah, Gamena, sorry, my fucking tiny bladder was like, hey, yeah, I'm a baby.
Sorry.
So
Oh, I did say Gamena, sorry, didn't I? Fucking didn't even notice.
Alright, BRB.
Ugh.
Okay. Sorry, Sarah's
God,
using the restroom now. We all needed apparently a break. Yes. So,
Also
spoiler.
take this break to refill hydrations and stuff.
Yeah. So, yeah, Nova's a double agent.
Oh shit. We don't know
Mhm.
who
Oh,
for yet,
corn.
right?
You don't actually know who for, although they did say that if you accomplish this, you'll get your meeting with the Dawn Scale, so.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, before I left, it was the voice asking if the Children of the Deep had had been confirmed for.
She confirmed that they are planning an invasion, and she was ordered to continue with her group until she finds out the destination they're landing, so they can prepare a defense.
So they can prepare a defense. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Or someone with Dawn scale interests. Or Dawn scale survival? Hold on. Dawn scale. For someone sided. Yeah, I can word this better. Fine. For someone sided with Dawn scale. There we go. Boy, that's gonna put a damper in. I trust you.
Everyone seems really happy with you right now.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
guys, it's fine.
Something happened.
I was like, oh my god, it's Commander Allspath. Wait, why is
It is.
Why is
It-
just?
It was Nova's commander. That's true.
It's true. This is my. It's
And then they
fine.
mentioned, hey, is the Children of the Deep doing it, like confirmed for an invasion or something? And
Commander Elspeth, you should know the answer to that. You're leading it.
yeah, I was like, hold on,
Suspicious.
Keck, wait, hold on, Keck.
So, as you all get up to depart, Ayla, Nova, did you two want to
Yeah.
have a talk in private before
yeah,
we
that was
leave?
the
Is there
plan.
okay?
That was the plan. I was
You
waiting.
two are able to find a moment before you all leave to talk privately.
Yeah, I
Take
feel
it
like
away.
Ayla probably, goes up to change so she doesn't reek.
That's
Seems fair. Yeah, a quick shower is needed.
And yeah, so I think when you're done, Nova's outside your room, and offers a quick smile. I do have to apologize for my lack of decorum last night. I was not quite myself in how overcome I felt in the moment, so just wanted to let you know that I will be more mindful in the future.
I think Ayla just kind of gives her that same, teasing smirk. Oh shit, I just lost what she was gonna say. Fuck!
It's okay. I'll come back.
I hate it when my brain does that. Just loses the fucking sentence.
As you're speaking the fucking sentence, yeah. Get that?
Oh, yeah. Ayla just gives her that kind of teasing smirk. I, for one, enjoyed your lack of decorum, but whatever makes you happy, I suppose.
Right. Well, this mission is already complicated enough, and I would never wish to get in between whatever you and Asuka have involved.
And she just blinks at you.
Am I mistaken?
I'm not sure what you mean.
Right. Well, in any case, last night was fun, but I'll don't want to just did not want to cause any misconceptions of my behavior to not cause more.
She'll just roll right. No, you can just say it was a one-night stand.
Right. Yes. Still, I just want to make sure that no harm, no foul, as they say.
I think she gives you that smirk again, just kind of on her way past you, trails the tip of a wing. But if you do want to repeat it, my door's open.
What have you done? Look what you have done.
Look what I have done.
She is obviously confused. Look at her. She wants to do this again.
I cannot help but think that you think that this is a bad thing.
Of course, this is a bad thing.
Why? Wait, no. Why is this a bad thing? She is beautiful, and I can assure you, more than proficient.
I have no capabilities to give her what she would want.
I beg to differ. Your tongue works just fine.
These things have emotions tied to them.
No, they have emotions tied to them for you. Which is an interesting thing for you to admit.
It always... Very well. They usually have emotions tied for me, but since I cannot fathom emotions, it would not be fair to pretend something that I cannot have.
So do not pretend. Just enjoy the moment.
Why are you trying to set me up with somebody?
I am not. I am trying to help you get your rocks off because you, more than anyone I have ever known, need it so badly. Except maybe for Ramiel. He needs it quite badly.
You have been stuck into my head for too long, and I need to go.
Do you think that maybe if I appeared as a man, I could help him along?
Oh my god.
I cannot say. He seems rather stuck on Orion.
I could look like Orion.
That is even worse. They're going to cause more confusion. It's not even involving me. What?
Well, what do you want from me, dear? I am a devil.
Fine. I can figure out an arrangement with Ayla that will get you what you want.
Oh, I would greatly appreciate it.
I'll figure it out. You can just be in my body this time so that you can get something out of it.
Yes. You know what? That is so kind of you to do that for me.
I'm going to go downstairs now. She leaves.
So, you all head on out into the city proper. It's been a morning, but you make your way down to the docks area. And indeed, the docks of this city are very different than you are used to when you go down to like a port. Like the port down in Jet's Ambition didn't look anything like this. These docks sprawl out and they form more like city streets. And then there are the ships on either side of the docks that would form the buildings of this place. But it truly is just like walking out into the bay and continuing to walk in a city as you make your way through this. Ships tower all over the place, and many of them you can see have been converted into really whatever's needed. There are markets, there are theaters, there are forges, tanneries, everything that you can really imagine needing. There are brothels, there are taverns. Some of the ships have been converted into just by nature of they were here for so long that that's what was needed. And so you make your way around, and it's not hard to get directions to the Diamond Sky. The Diamond Sky, while still technically seaworthy, has been mostly converted into a diplomatic embassy. Most official communications between Azur's Remembrance and other groups, Mitra Scaleth included, go through the Diamond Sky first before they make their way to the Blood Price. It is a ship that is just off where the Blood Price is. The Blood Price is the easiest one to find in the whole area because it towers above everything else. The Blood Price is actually a series of 3 ships that circle around a ship that has been... Imagine like if you cut a ship in half and turned it up on its end and then bound it to these other 3 ships. That's what the Blood Price is. And it is the central tower of this city, quote unquote. But just off it, you do see a ship that has a large symbol, the symbol of Azur's Remembrance, a blue dragon's head on a field of white. And on the side of it, a bronzed placard that reads the Diamond Sky. The gangway has been basically permanently moored into the docks here, so it can't be pulled up. Like I say, the ship is technically seaworthy, but it clearly hasn't left port in a very, very long time. And even if it was going to leave, it's boxed in by a lot of other ships at this point. So where would it go? But you're able to make your way up. And standing at the top of the gangway, waiting for you, is the man you met yesterday, Calcifer Arkwright. He is in his full military uniform this morning. He is wearing a pair of dark navy blue slacks with a white button-down shirt and a vest of the same color as his slacks. He has a jacket over that and a tie. And he has the various symbols and medals of his rank, which is XO, which is the second highest rank you can have on a ship here. Unless you're the Admiral, in which case it would be the third. But he smiles politely as you all step up. Welcome aboard the Diamond Sky. And he gives a very proper bow to you, Brayley.
And Lily's gonna and she's gonna bow too, but not slap a little sloppy.
Of course, and he smiles. It is my most esteemed privilege to welcome my future wife aboard the Diamond Sky.
I think when Ramiel comments, we'll work on that. Ayla's eye twitches very visibly.
And he looks, and of course, the rest of you. Pardon my memory if I am faulty, but Ramiel, Layla, Ayla, Nova.
That is correct.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's spot on.
Go ahead.
Welcome aboard. I am to take you before Captain Shagrash. She is looking forward to meeting with you.
Excellent. Well, thank you for the introduction.
Before he does that, Ramiel will actually step up and hold out his hand. A pleasure to meet your a formal pleasure to meet your acquaintance.
He takes your hand, and as he does a very proper bow.
And as he comes up from the bow, Ramiel will actually pull him closer and whisper in his ear, "If you make Brayley cry, I have ways of ensuring that it will not happen again."
Oh, God.
Are we clear?
He gives you a look and speaks loud enough for everybody to hear. I would never dare impugn my honor by making my bride-to-be cry. Though it pleases me greatly to know that she has such close friends.
I was not aware that was a going concern.
It apparently is for Sir Ramiel here, and I apologize that if I gave off a vibe that would suggest I would try to make Brayley cry.
Brayley is one of a kind. It is very rare.
Ram, you're gonna make me cry.
It is very rare to meet a soul as pure as hers.
Oh. My sincerest apologies. Brayley, if you and Ramiel, assuredly many people in our society have an amour on the side, it would...
Nova starts cracking up.
Oh, no. Ram's just a great friend. We're
Darling.
close.
And Ramiel actually does the
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
gay sign, yeah.
That's very well. Well, as I say, welcome aboard the Diamond Sky. It is, at one time, it was one of the better ships in the fleet. Now, of course, it is, relegated to serving as an embassy. But I hope you'll enjoy your stay aboard nonetheless. And he starts to lead you further in. Indeed, as you step down below deck, you can see that many of the what for certain at one time cruise quarters have been converted into offices. and there are symbols on each of the doors. There is a symbol of the Warden Republic on one of them. There is a symbol of the Children of the Deep on one of them. There is a symbol of Argentee's people. The Silver Horde on one of them. There is also one of the Draconic Legion, but that one does not seem like it has been occupied in some time. There may not be... they may not be on speaking terms at the moment. But he kind of motions to them. These are where ambassadors of the various peoples stay. Obviously, not a ton gets done, as we're in open warfare with many of them at the moment. However, motions to the one with the Children of the Deep, ambassador of the Children of the Deep, and we get along quite well. And there's also one that is a symbol of Mitra Scaleth on it. That symbol, that one has a placard on it that says Commodore Eastbrook.
Oh, she's okay. She's not here yet.
She's not currently here, but she is the diplomatic envoy.
Gotcha. As far as the advisors for the Children of the Deep, are there any familiar faces that
it's no one that you recognize? No.
Okay.
The office, as you pass by it and you look in, you see that there are 2 Jet Dragonborn and a Scarlet Dragonborn inside, but you don't recognize any of them. But he continues to take you along. You descend another set of stairs, and this time you step into a larger office. This set of stairs had a guard at the top of it. And as you descend these stairs, you come into a room that has a large map on it, a nautical map, it looks like, of the long jump. And there is a woman, a Uruk woman, who is standing at the edge of it, kind of looking over it. You quickly see why she is called Shagrash Black Eye. One of her eyes is missing, and she does not have a patch, nor does she wear a glass replacement. There is just a black pit where her eye should be. And she glances over in your directions with her good eye, and nods. Exo Arkwright, thank you for bringing our guests aboard. Come on in. My name is Shagrash Blackeye.
Thank you for having us. We are lieutenants of the Children of the Deep. I am
Pleasure to meet you.
I am Nova Ace. No, motion for others to introduce themselves.
Layla of the Sable. A pleasure.
Ramia the rest.
Very well.
Ayla Stormborn.
Hi, I'm Braylee, Tourmaline.
Ah.
She's gonna do like a little curtsy, like.
Better.
Shagrash looks at you, Braylee, for a long moment before casting a glance over at Kelsifer. Exo, can I assume that this meeting isn't some kind favor being done for your future spouse? And Kelsifer merely returns a smile. If I didn't believe her capable and worth people's time, she wouldn't be my future spouse. You should meet with her.
Ramiel approving nod.
Braylee's
Man.
definitely gonna be like, she's just red. Her entire body.
Very well then, Exo, you may excuse us. And he nods and bows his head politely before leaving. So, my commanding officer tells me that the Children of the Deep have something of a proposal that they wish to put forth before the Admiral and are wisely choosing to speak with the Council of Five first. It is unusual that a request would not go through the ambassador's office here. When I spoke with the ambassadors, they had no idea you were even coming. I can assume, then, that this is a off-the-record visit.
Something to that effect, given our aims. But hopefully they may align perhaps with your own.
Have a seat. Tell me what's on your mind.
Anybody wanna? If anyone wants to jump in, that's fine. Otherwise, I can keep going.
And Ramiel actually steps up and clears his throat and goes, with all due respect, Lady Black Eye, we seek an audience with the good Admiral.
I am not much of a lady, I assure you. But your point is well taken. What do you wish to see the Admiral for?
Right. We seek to broker an official alliance with Azure's Remembrance as representatives of the Children of the Deep. And we know that the current political standings of each faction is an open secret at this point, and we figured that we may as well make it official at this point.
What Ramiel is trying to take 3 years to get to is we want to end the war on our terms.
Don't we all?
It's the alliance will secure a more direct approach to things.
I hope you'll forgive me for speaking bluntly. I am not much for flowery talk. My experience has been that the Children of the Deep are content to sit with their tails between their legs and just wait for war to come to them. What's changed?
How familiar are you with goings on in continents beyond Mother's Jail?
Not as well as I would like to be. Our control of the long jump has been strong. However, given our loosely associated nature, information can be hard to keep track of.
At the very least, are you familiar with the Whispers in Silence?
Of course.
Well, it is, we have been led to believe, at the very least, that one of their own has taken it upon herself to personally broker a peace before this war got to a bloodier what the fuck is the word I'm looking for? A bloodier skirmish, short akin of more lives lost, and she seems to have not returned from her her excursion.
And her wife is now involved.
It has now become a personal matter for the powers that be.
So, the military might of the Children of the Deep has been reduced to a family squabble?
With all due respect, this is far beyond that. They've made it a point to ensure that said person who is personally involved, they've made it a personal matter.
Not reduced to a family squabble, but bolstered. Increased morale. More troops as a result. More support.
And when this individual is recovered or found to be dead, can we assume that will be the end of the Children of the Deep's involvement? Or are you in this for the long haul?
Personally speaking, I wish to see the end.
Yes. Oh, I don't believe we're authorized to speak beyond such things, but as individuals, I believe we are all committed to seeing this through.
I realize I don't have weight as far as my stake in this matter, but for reasons I cannot divulge, seeing as if I did, I'd be considered a raving madman. But nonetheless, my motivation to end the war is genuine and true.
What would it take to get you to be involved with us, Captain?
Shagrash looks at you all for a moment and then focuses her attention in on Brayley. You.
Yeah?
My XO tells me that you're someone I should listen to, and I have grown used to listening to him. Are these people... Do you believe the Children of the Deep mean to win this war? Or is this a petulant act of a family member acting out in pain?
Really is like, it definitely feels like she's on the spot. We just want to bring peace, and if we have to defend people, then we will do so.
But we're not talking about defending people, are we? We're talking about an invasion. The only reason you want alliance with us is because you intend to cross the long jump, which means you are going on the offensive. So I ask you again, Miss Tourmaline, are you ready to kill people for this? Are your people ready to kill people for this?
Yeah.
She
We
nods.
are.
I believe you. Very well. You'll have my support with the Admiral.
Excellent.
Do you want an alliance, or are you looking for us to allow your passage?
An alliance would be preferable, but safe passage would be the minimum asked of us.
Very well. I will suggest to our Admiral that an alliance would prove beneficial to us.
Good. That is good.
I imagine then you'll be speaking with the other captains.
That is certainly our plan. Is there something you can tell us about their needs?
Captain Canis will be most reticent, I believe. They're a very practical individual. Captain Luca, I don't think you'll have any difficulty convincing. They are eager to get back to battle. Captain Dominic, you had better be prepared when speaking with Captain Dominic. They are pragmatic to a fault, and if they don't believe that their resources are being well spent, they will not invest them. Captain Lillian's harder to say. She's ruthless, but if you can point it in a constructive manner, perhaps.
This Dominic, you said is pragmatic. What exactly is his focus, his goals?
The Azure Fang has been repurposed into a factory of sorts. Forges, tanneries, carpentry work. All that happens aboard his ship. He is our steward and quartermaster, I'm sorry. You will not get anything in the way of supplies without having him on board, and he is very careful about those supplies because we do have a very limited amount of them. So if you do not present a strong plan to him, he will not agree.
Very well.
You mentioned Captain Canis. Would you mind if I ask a few things about them?
Certainly. They captained the Lone Truth. The ship it's not seaworthy anymore, but it has been repurposed into a marketplace.
Regarding the captain themselves, what sort of weapon do they prefer to fight with? It wouldn't happen to be a rapier, would it?
A rapier and a pistol, I do believe.
Oh God. And a cape that seems to billow with no wind.
Shagrash raises an eyebrow. I can't say I've put much stock into the billowing of Canis's cape.
He does wear a cape. Ah, fucks.
Either way, we will cross that bridge when we get there. I'm trying to keep Ramiel calm as we're in front of one of the captains that we just got a tenuous alliance with.
Canis
Braylee's gonna snort and try to stifle it.
Canis is... My best suggestion would be to not comment on their feminine appearance.
I
Fair
raise
enough.
an eyebrow at that.
They're somewhat sensitive about it.
Very well.
Fair enough. Fair enough. A masculine, handsome gentleman if I ever saw.
You would do well to say so.
Good. That I can do. All right. Well, thank you for regarding Canis. You mentioned was also hesitant to perhaps come around. Do you know what exactly their part or what inspires them?
They spoke out against a potential alliance with the Warden Republic, with the Silver Horde, a couple of years back. Their concern was the organizational structure that we use here, which is to say a very loose one. We would not be able to leash the various ships. They worried that even if we formed an alliance with the Silver Horde, some of our pirates may continue to attack their ships and we would not be able to make good on the alliance. I completely disagreed. While our captains do indeed tend to work independently, they ultimately all serve under the banner of Azur's Remembrance. So I disagreed with them, but they are, as I say, a far more cautious and pragmatic individual than I am, I suppose.
So they
Typical of an elf. No offense, Miss Braley. Or Sir Ramiel.
So they lack lack confidence in their trust in your people.
I would say they lack confidence in our restraint, not in our zeal.
Very well. That is interesting.
Yes.
Braylee's definitely like got a clueless look, like what just happened? Like,
And
should I be offended? I don't know.
hold on. Sorry, go ahead.
Nope, go ahead.
If you don't mind my asking, I believe that each captain chooses their ship name very specifically.
Or they inherit their ship.
But that too. Regardless, there's a story to that. You wouldn't mind sharing, would you?
The story of the Diamond Sky.
Yes.
I named my ship for a late night we had. We had lost the wind, and our rudder was damaged in battle. It was dark out that evening. Rosalind was not out in the sky. But the stars that night were indeed bright, and were able to help us guide our way back to port. So I named my ship the Diamond Sky.
Fuck, what was that? What was that? What was that thing they do? Where they use stars to navigate. There's a
Like
specific term for it.
celestial
Wayfaring?
navigation, seafaring, yeah.
Seafaring?
Yeah.
It's like some kind of faring.
Mm.
Fun. Let's see.
Noddle. Noddle gate.
What is navigating by the stars called?
Celestial
It's
navigation.
just celestial navigation.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the celestial navigation didn't sound quite as good.
It lacks a certain poetic grace to it.
That it does.
Well, regardless, it is a beautiful name for a ship.
I'll be honest, I miss the days out on the sea. This is a little cramped for my liking, but, well, it is war after all. We don't always get what we want.
That is true. I do not believe I have any other questions. Your insight on the other captains are valuable.
As I say, I've come to put a lot of stock in what my XO tells me. He's proven himself quite brilliant.
So he seems.
Please, you can see yourselves out. And as I say, you'll have my support.
Good. Thank you.
Take care.
I believe we have more people to meet.
As you're on your way out, you recognize someone who is just coming down below deck and approaching her office. Lady Lenneth is approaching. She kind of freezes as she sees all of you.
A small bow. Thank you for accommodating Lady Layla last night.
It was my pleasure. She kind of looks at you, Layla, as if to say, like, what did you say?
I simply. Okay, no, that's. I simply informed her that you had something you wish to ask. Or him. I'm so sorry.
I do. Would you all step inside my office, please?
Oh, very well.
She motions you all in and closes the door behind you and locks it before going over to her desk and sitting down. Ramiel,
Yes.
we spoke yesterday of the birthmark that you have. As I told you yesterday, it marks you as a child of Mitra Primus. Do you?
Yes, you mentioned this.
You seemed completely unaware of that. Your birth parents never mentioned it?
No, frankly, I barely remember their faces.
How old were you when they died?
Oh shit. How old? How fucking long ago was the? Hold on, I need a timeline check again.
20 years.
20 years. It's been 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
I would have been. Let's see. Oh my fucking god! I'm sorry.
Not more than a couple years old. You'd been very young.
I would have been not even old enough to talk. As far as
She looks distressed, I think is the word that I would say for how she appears.
Oh no, it's all matching up.
as far as I can recall, the my the guardians, the Ivory, who tended to Evelyn's promise, and later on, Melody herself opened her family um, to me and a few others. As far as I'm concerned, they're my family.
She kind of gives a nervous laugh at that. I realize this is a stupid question before I ask it. How familiar are you with leadership of Mitra Glorianda?
I mean, as far as I was aware, Mitra Glorianda was a figure of legend.
It is quite
the way
real.
they spoke of it in Moon Bay.
I see.
Described as an elven paradise.
I would say that the legends of it do maybe talk it up a bit then. It is indeed our homeland. It is led by a prioress. The current prioress is Prioress Vicenzia. The prioress, was, God, I keep struggling with this name. Prioress Casella. I said Caressa earlier. It's Casella.
Casella.
Prioress
spell?
Casella. Yep, sure it is. I'll just type it out here. Prioress Casella. Prioress Casella was notable for many things. Most would say the thing she stands out for the most, though, was her choice of husband. While prior leaders of our people have always married other elves, Prioress Casella married a dragon. Not a dragon born, a dragon. Azure,
frowns at
specifically.
that.
They were only known to have one child, Prince Indigo. However, Prioress Casella and Prince Indigo were murdered in an assassination some 23 years ago. But this morning, I had their tombs exhumed, and there were no bodies in them.
That is quite the cover-up.
Isn't it, though?
What a
I beg your pardon, but I don't see what the connection is. Or
I am suggesting that I believe you are that prince. I don't think they were assassinated. I think they faked their deaths and left for Terrason, where they were killed by Scala, or at least the mother was. And the son ended up in an orphanage. You bear your mother's eyes and your father's scales.
if this is a joke, it's not funny.
If only I could be so lucky to have this be a joke. I don't believe there's anything funny about it.
Lady Lennis Eastbrook, with all due respect, these scales, and Bramiel actually will pull up their his sleeve and show just how much of like closest terms I would say would be like the markings on an aura, like a Zayla pattern type of deal. Yeah, that's how the patterns would be on his scales, on the arm at the very least. With all due respect, these did not start showing up until, well, a couple of years before I left for Mother's Jail. When I started developing powers, so to speak. My
Draconic powers? My daughter tells me you hear a voice.
one that
You have a voice.
While I'm not particularly well versed on the subject, I believe I have heard of a similar phenomenon for non-dragonborn descendant.
It is said that the dragons can speak directly to their children.
Mom or Mummy never mentioned that Ivory or Scarlet could talk to them, and they're daughters of Ivory and Scarlet, respectively.
Not a direct descendant, so. There is a difference there. Your father was not an Azure Dragonborn, but Azure, if I am not
Yes.
mistaken.
I am of the Sable, but not of Sable.
Nova, Melody of the Ivory and Tashira of the Scarlet, they have the same scales that Felicia does. That is to say, not the kind that I have. I mean, look at this. Look at me. Do I look like a fucking dragonborn to you?
She points up onto the wall. On this wall, there are a number of pictures. One of them is of an elegant elven woman wearing what looks like ceremonial robes, and beneath it there is a plate that says Prioress Vicentia. The next one down has a woman with bright blonde, almost silver hair and beautiful purple eyes. She is holding a baby that has the same eyes, and it says Prioress Casella.
That's a
Ramiel,
handsome baby.
Ramiel, I can tell you with personal experience that when you have a mixed child, the mother is the one who determines what the child looks like. Supposedly, my brother father was a dragonborn, and he certainly did not look like a dragonborn.
I mean, I'm sure if you get Robin the right lighting.
I believe
Younger
that
brother.
you are Prince Indigo. However, as far as our people are concerned, Prince Indigo died a very long time ago. We are here honoring the pact that Prioress Casella made with Azure when they were married. But you have lived an entire life since then. As you say, Ramiel Larest, you have a family. It is up to you what this means to you. I am not going to force anything upon you.
Ramiel takes a deep breath. I am Ramiel Larest, son of Melody of the Ivory and Tashira of the Scarlet. First generation of Larests to walk on terracing soil and serene for a very, very long time. since the last time Malores has wolfed.
Then you are.
If you are certain that I am a lost prince, then then what?
That is
What
precisely
fucking
what
good does that do for me?
that is precisely what I was asked last night. Am I certain? And how can I be? But the prioress wants to meet with you. I am arranging for transportation for you all to Mitra Primus to speak with her.
Mitra Primus, the disappearing island of the elves.
Disappear. Not exactly. But yes, Mitra Primus, the capital of Mitra Glorianda. You are all officers in the Children of the Deep. I cannot detain you and make you go. To do so would be to declare war on the Children of the Deep, which would be quite counterproductive to both yours and our goals. So I can only tell you that the option is available to you if you wish to go. If you do not, then Ramiel arrest. We will take it to mean that indeed Prince Indigo died as we suspected, and grave robbers so conveniently stole his body.
Can I ask you one thing?
You are technically my lord. So yes.
2 decades ago, the dread demon of hate descended upon Terrasin. And many answered the call to arms to rise up against her. Where were the elven representatives outside of the ones that grew up on Terrasin?
She nods. I'm not at liberty to say. But if you go to Mitra Primus, you will get your answer.
I have a better idea. We have a job to do here. And evidently, your prioress has quite a lot of free time on her hands.
Oh boy.
She come to us. We'll meet with her. But
You want the prioress to come to here. I will relay your message. But I make no promises.
Ramiel actually grimaces at that. No. Evidently, the glorious elven people are wont to broken promises. Yeah?
She looks at you for a long moment. We are here protecting the remains of Azur's people, despite the fact that the ones who swore that oath to one another have been dead for 2 decades. The Elvish people proudly and will always answer the call. We always honor our promises, for it was Elf who loved this world as much as the goddess and the spirit of Serene themselves.
Then where the fuck were you? Where the fuck were you when she landed on our shores and razed Moonbray to the ground? Where the fuck were you when she had a demon, one of her officers, wrap a fucking hand around my neck and slowly squeeze it?
I can
I
only
cried and I pleaded for them to stop. Cried and pleaded as I heard screams and shouts of similar ones mercifully cut short. Moonbay didn't fall in a night. No, no. It was a slow death. She made a fucking example out of us. And the ones who lived, what was their fucking reward? Haunted by the fucking memories of that day. Some of us have the scars to prove it.
I can only answer your question with another question. What was it that your mother decided it would be better off to face Scala in Moon Bay than let you stay in Mitra Primus? There are worse things in this world than dread demons.
You say that to my face the next time you face one.
I have faced one. Go. See Mitra Primus. See for yourself why the elves have not come. See why they have not shown themselves in centuries if you are willing to face the truth. If you are not, then so be it. Now get out of my office, sir.
Brief curtsy, and brisk walk out, slamming the door behind him.
Oh.
Lovely conversation. Let me open that door again.
Yeah, Bailey's definitely gonna like, thank you so much for seeing us.
She
she's
just
gonna
watches.
I feel like Ayla's face is just screaming, well, that was awkward, and she just disappears out the door.
You all depart the Diamond Sky with a lot more information, both on your current goings-on and some maybe greater goings-on of the world. Where will you be heading next? What ship would you like to go visit?
Well,
Probably Luca, right? Because
Luca's supposed to be easy, so
yeah.
might as well try.
Yeah.
The
Is
Scarlet.
my fiance still at this? Is
He
like,
is. He
going
is.
with
He's
us?
at the top deck as you emerge back out into the daylight, and he kind of looks over and nods. Well, it was a long conversation. I take that to be a good sign.
Low growl from Ramiel.
Perhaps not.
Oh no, your captain was most appreciative, and we thank you for the introduction. Simply other matters that arose, unrelated.
Well, I am glad that Captain Blackeye was willing to hear you out. She may not show it, but she's as eager to get back to battle as anyone is. She is just more diplomatic, might not be the right word for her, but well,
Reserved.
cautious. Personally, I hope they all agree with you. I too would like to strike out in this war and put an end to it.
Such a soldier.
I did enlist for a reason.
Of course.
Thanks so much for setting this all up. I really appreciate it.
It was my pleasure.
And Brayley's gonna like dig through her hair, and she's gonna find like a small like acorn, and like, here.
He takes the acorn and smiles at it as he looks at it. Is there anything special about it that I should know, or is it just an acorn?
It's literally just a really cool acorn that Burley thought was neat.
It's squeak, squeak, and squeak, squeaker.
Got a little cool design on it.
Squeaking.
A tree seed.
He looks at it for a moment, and then you see him draw up a small dagger out of his belt line, and using it, he puts 2 holes into either side of it, and then reaches up and pulls out his the tie holding his hair in a ponytail and feeds it through, and then ties his hair back up with it.
No.
I will wear it in luck as wear it in battle as a good luck charm.
Oh no!
God
he's
damn
cute.
it.
Oh no, he's cute.
Callie, stop making us like this fuck.
Stop.
He's not a bad
Can
guy.
Can I say
Not a bad guy.
this is a message I got from Robbie today, by the way.
Oh my god.
He goes, let's see, where was that? Okay, here we go. Speaking of, give me the lowdown on Braylee's fiance. To which I described everything I have about him. I said, he's kind, thoughtful. He's enlisted in the military and has a promising career ahead of him. He's still heartbroken and really doesn't intend to marry for love, so he's dealing with that. And Robbie goes, and? To which I replied, and what? I ad-libbed this dude last week. That's all I have so far. And he said, well, yeah, where's the trauma coming from? To which I said, there's no trauma. I don't have anything.
He lost a loved one.
He has his own trauma, but not for Braylee.
Oh.
Because that's what Robbie's trying to get at. Where is it going to hurt Braylee? To which he goes, so you just gave Liz a perfectly normal broken puppy to fix and love and live happily ever after with? To which I replied, and she said no. Everyone thinks that he's like terrible, and I'm like, he's a pretty nice guy actually.
To be fair, I did describe Arkwright as damaged goods to him earlier.
I mean, he is damaged.
He is,
to be
yeah.
fair.
But
He is. He did have his heart broken.
We keep joking about that, and Callie's gonna be like, "All right, fine, y'all insist."
Right?
Fine.
Yeah,
You've all
Broken, here we
convinced him
go.
he sucks. Yeah. So, but no, he does take the acorn and put it into his hair tie and ties his hair back up.
Oh,
He's
that
like,
definitely
"Oh,
won some points with Braylee. She's definitely pleased.
not brownie points, no, mushroom points.
Mushroom
That's
Mushroom
all.
points, yeah.
And he smiles and takes your hand and kisses the back of your palm.
He is real fun.
Oh my god.
Until we are able to see each other again, I hope that your discussions with the other captains are equally as fruitful. I will see you on the Blood Price when you speak with the Admiral.
Braylee's kind of speechless. She's like, why did he kiss my hand? Like,
Because it's proper.
thank you. Yeah, it is.
Gonna just take her by the shoulders. Thank you. Just pull her back. Just freeze it up.
He kind of perpetually has this look of like, did I do something wrong?
Just gonna give him some thumbs up.
Yeah, I was gonna say Ayla
That
probably
poor
just
boy.
thumbs up as she and Nova just drag Braylee
Oh,
away.
yeah, that poor boy.
Yo,
Listen, he's doing his best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
Uh,
is simply overwhelmed.
Oh, well, of course. I mean, I'm sure she did not come back to town expecting to find out that she was engaged. I'll be honest with you, I didn't expect my mother to come back from her book club to find out I was engaged.
Neither are regular occurrences for most folks.
No, although I probably should have known. Mothers, what are you going to do?
The life is, the lives you all live is fascinating to me. But either way.
Yes.
You may not have been my birth mother, but Mum did have the tendency to quite get in your business, and you couldn't really hate her for it.
Are you engaged too?
No, gods, no. I just found out I'm that.
Oh,
I'm still trying
Gay?
to fucking
You just found
process.
out?
No, as in, I learned a few personal things.
Well, that's how
That-
most people find out.
Uh,
I assume.
Royal.
What?
no, we're not going to go into the specifics of it.
A
Layla,
VIP.
we need to have a talk about things you don't tell people. and information that you keep close to the chest.
It's only potential.
I will endeavor to pretend that I did not hear anything.
Tell you what,
Thank
the
you.
next time you're over at the Tourmalines for dinner, maybe we'll have a little chat over the table, over maybe some bourbon.
Uh,
Do you
Not
guys have
on-
that here, right?
Not under the table, if you know what I mean.
Oh my god, my mind was in the same place
Wait,
under the
wait,
table.
this world has a Kentucky too?
Yes. Well, I'm
poor
sure
guy.
there'll be a time before much longer where I.
I think we're
possibility.
giving him the trauma.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna get it.
Listen, my
There's a
man's is doing
lot
his
of
best.
There's a lot of information flying around right now.
There was a thinly veiled threat of if you break Braylee's heart, I'm breaking your bones.
I don't think that was
Romeo.
thinly veiled. I think that was very specific.
It was
Yeah,
thinly
that was
veiled
not
because
veiled
like
at
you whispered
all.
it to him. If he was being like very upfront, he would have been like all up in his
Mal, what do
in
you
his
think
face.
a veiled threat is? Because that's not.
That's not what happened.
It's not how.
earlier.
It's not the volume at which you say
He
it.
didn't say I'll break your bones, you know?
It'd be like a thinly veiled threat would be to say like an unfortunate accident would befall you. Uh,
Not I would be
Romeo said, right?
responsible.
I want to see an actual threat from. You want to see an actual threat? I just one.
In any regard, please, I think we have tortured the poor man enough. Yes, yes, yes.
Oh,
well then, as I say, I wish you all the best with the other captains that you'll be seeing. Watch out for Captain Lillian. She is.
A biter?
wait, biter?
I'm sure she would.
I think
She.
Ayla's eyes drift to Nova.
Nova's not looking at you. She's just like,
Lillian is. There have been many calls for her to be removed from the council.
what has she done?
So, you know that we all operate technically independently. Captain Akanai has taken that to extremes.
Hmm.
She has.
So do you not operate independently in truth then?
We do. Technically. But like anything, there is a degree of finesse to it. We all operate under the banner of Azir's remembrance. What one of us does reflects on the rest of it, though, indeed, we do. In a typical navy where everyone operates under the word of the admiral and only goes where they are assigned, our men and women are free to leave and travel and commit acts of piracy as they see fit, with the understanding that you would do well to be careful and not bring undue attention upon our fleet or the people of Mitra Scaleth who have very kindly taken us in here. Captain Akanai flirts with the boundaries of that.
What has she done exactly?
She is not above attacking military vessels of other factions, which we tend to focus more on trade ships, things that are not likely to bring the full military might of, say, the Children of the Deep or the Warden Republic down upon us. Captain Akanai does not hold such reservations. She is routinely seen bringing their ships back to port with no one left alive on them.
Wait,
What
for
is-
which factions specifically?
A number of them. She's taken out ships of the Children of the Deep. She's taken out ships of the Warden Republic, the Silver Horde, and the Draconic Legion. No one's really been spared.
So
What's
no
his-
rhyme or reason to it.
Whoever she catches.
What is her goal? Simply profits? Stealing?
She's more of a... She would call herself a visionary, I think. She also believes this war needs to end, but it never will as long as we are all content to sit in a stalemate with one another. My personal belief is that she hopes to incite an actual battle and military engagement. Foolish as that is.
But if we give her one, maybe she can be directed that way.
If you present to her a situation wherein she thinks that she will get the war that she wants, I would have little doubt she would side with you.
Would I be also right to assume that Canis and her do not get along?
I wouldn't say any of the captains get along with Captain Akanai particularly well. The Admiral likes her quite a bit, though. That is why she remains on the council.
What does she
Would
have
it
on the
be
ads?
because of her ruthlessness or his naval skill?
She is a skilled captain. That is for certain. No one would doubt her abilities as a naval leader or in battle. She is... I think the captain sees her as a reminder that we cannot become too content. Whereas the others have taken on a more pragmatic look at things, she is the one who continues to push us forward in battle. And I think he values that.
Very well. Well, I think she will be an interesting challenge for us, but I believe Captain Luca will be a good second choice.
You may have seen some of her men recently. I understand she just recently returned from Jet's Ambition.
Oh, did she?
Wait, who?
Captain Akanai did.
What was she doing in Jet's Ambition?
I have no idea. It's not my place to know. I imagine she was looking for things to steal, supplies, whatever. But her ship is currently here. She's resupplying before she heads back out.
Is Nova smart enough?
I mean, perhaps.
Yeah, I was gonna say I have, I think, 19 intelligence, so I feel like
There we
I
go.
maybe have.
You might be smart to put that
You might be able
together.
to piece together that you're looking for someone named the Water Lily.
She wouldn't ever have happened to go by the nickname Dahlia, would she?
Or Water Lily?
Well, she was known as the Dark Dahlia for a time, yes.
Oh my god.
Huh. Well.
I don't think she's gone by that name in quite some time, though.
Well, you know, she might have used it to blow up a theater.
Another of those things I'm going to pretend I didn't hear.
I think that is something we can keep as good, as we call the letters that are onyx.
Yes.
That was something of a... Yes. A story.
Before we meet with the other captains, I do believe that a brief visit to the Eye of Sapphire would suffice. I wish to retrieve something from there. Actually, I don't remember. Did they give me the?
Oh, you want to
brooch
get the
back?
brooch back?
Yeah.
You could go get the brooch back. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure I had that on me before we met with.
Yeah. As you you make your way, he again bids you all farewell and sees you off the ship.
Yes.
And you make your way to the Eyes of Sapphire. It's a little quieter today as Braylon is out, but don't worry. Mark's manning the counter today, which
good.
means
yeah.
that not a lot is getting done. There are people just browsing around the shop and just browsing, and he is just sitting quietly doodling on his pad. But as he looks up, as usual, he goes, "Welcome to the Eyes of Sapphire." Oh! Well, welcome back, everybody. So good to see you, little sister. And she goes over and pulls you into a hug. Oh, and Ramiel, welcome back.
Hello, Mark.
So good to see you again. And my goodness, Ayla, you got some action last night. Look at you. Your neck is a mess. Oh,
Oh, let's not talk about that, please.
why not? Someone might as well be getting some fun.
Oh God. Yeah,
So,
there was a whole
who's the
thing this
lucky
morning.
They were.
Hold on a second.
Oh, what are you doing?
What would I roll for a poker face? Just general charisma?
I think it would be
Persuasion?
either charisma or wisdom.
Yeah, I'd say it's charisma, I think.
That's a 4.
Okay, so what do you do with a 4?
I think she just kind of,
Eyes
you know,
naturally
glances
Nova.
at Nova again.
He looks over at you, Nova, at that, and blinks, seeing that you don't have any similar marks, and goes, "Oh, a bit of a pillow princess, is she?"
Nova's gonna use prestidigitation to take one of the scars or bruises off.
Oh,
Uh,
oh! If I had had that
Hey.
spell, then secondary school would have been much more fun.
thanks to my mother.
What?
That young.
We're all adults here. God.
My God.
So, okay, all right. So, what brings you back? And like by now, some of the other customers have just like left because they don't want to hear this
Yeah.
conversation. He is completely oblivious to that. So, what brings you all back?
I'd actually, as much as I'd love to peruse the family match, I
Oh, I would be happy to show you the family jewels, Ramiel.
I
into
knew
the
that
front.
was coming. I knew it the minute you said that, Ramiel. I was like, "Fucking hey, Callie gonna say
And
something."
Braylee's like, well, which family? The heirlooms?
You could call them that, yeah.
It certainly creates heirs.
Mhm. Not when I use them, they don't.
I'm actually here to retrieve what
Oh.
yes.
The brooch.
Yes, the brooch that she left. Of course, let me
Yes.
go fetch that for you. And he goes over and over to what is clearly Braylon's side of the shop, where everything is much more neat and organized. And you just see him like push over a stack of papers while he's there.
How
He's-
much will that be?
Sorry, say that again.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were we doing something that was charge-worthy to it?
Were we?
No.
Oh.
I think he was just identifying it, wasn't he?
Fair enough.
Yes.
There you go. You have, he clearly has no idea what was being done to this. You absolutely could have gotten like something out of him for that, but he doesn't seem to care. And he hands you the brooch. Is that a pair of siblings named Brayley and Braylon? Yeah,
And Mark.
they have 3 siblings in their family: Brayley, Braylon, and Mark, and then Demetrius, who is the mom clearly cheated on dad child who is away on another continent in school.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Huh.
And as Ramiel actually takes it, he's taking it with his right hand where he has the ring Orion enchanted on his ring finger.
Mm. Mhm. Well, that is absolutely lovely, and it has a magical enchantment on it. How lovely!
You could tell that from a glance.
What do you think I do, dear?
Doodle.
He gives you a look and is like, touche.
Frankly, I wasn't even aware that you were that you were interested, or well, not so much interested, but
You
That-
couldn't? Man has been giving you the eye since we got here yesterday.
And he'd love to be giving you more than that, but Brayley has such a problem with it.
I know, I know.
well, Mark, I'm flattered, but unfortunately, someone else has beaten you to that.
Oh, isn't that always the way? Well, on that note, Brayley, I was meaning to ask you, if you're not into your little, the one who you've been set up with, I would be happy to step up and represent our family in matrimony.
Oh, well, we're promised right now. I mean, we'll, I don't
So
know
you
if
are
we-
interested in him.
He's willing to make the sacrifice for the sake of family.
I'm just saying, I would be happy to take one for the team, as it were. I always said I would be there for you, little sister.
I mean, it might just look bad switching engagements between siblings. I
I
don't know if
suppose
Mom and
that's
Dad
true.
will appreciate that.
I mean, in fairness, Mom and Dad haven't appreciated anything I've done
That's
ever.
true. We'll see what happens.
All right, well, you just, let him know if he's ever getting lonely. I would, I'd be very happy to keep him company.
Does he even swing that way?
I don't know.
Oh, he will after a night with me.
Oh my god.
So it goes.
What are you gonna do?
Actually, Mark, since you're a connoisseur of
Of the family
and rather the leading expert in all things beautiful, again, thank you for that.
Guilty as charged.
I don't remember if or I don't know if you remember my first time in the shop. I was actually recommended the place by a certain person who apparently frequented this particular establishment.
Oh.
Captain Canis.
Captain Mistal. They're in all the time.
Oh my god, he is an actual captain.
Well, of course he is. He's one of the Council of Five.
There's no other Canises in the in the city.
Well, there might
Canis
be, but Captain Canis Mistal comes in here frequently.
has a rapier on his hilt.
Yes.
On his hip. Cape
Oh,
that
he
billows
gave
with
you
no
that
wings.
brooch? Oh, it's lovely. You
Oh,
told me
God.
you already have someone interested in you. Now, was that just a lie?
No.
I'm a big boy. I can take it. And I would very
okay.
much like to.
Okay, let's get one thing straight. I'm not. And a certain very simple-minded
Ramiel is very popular. He is very embarrassed. As
Well, I
the
can
captain
see
was
why.
showing
If
interest
Brayley
in
had a
him.
spray bottle, she'd be spraying both of them down.
I,
I'm
lit-
not popular.
I literally had to push him at his current. Okay,
Bow.
what are you in the round? Are you official yet?
A bow, a situationship.
There is a ring.
Is that just true? Is there a second?
It's a promise ring. It's not a proposal.
Ah, yeah, it's a promise ring.
There's
Yes,
no
I got.
proposal promise.
It's a promise to.
When it comes time, you have to have a Mitra Scaleth wedding. They are to die for.
That
tell
is
you what.
I have been
Mark,
planning. I'll tell you what. You can borrow my wedding book.
You have a wedding book.
Of course I do.
does.
Oh, did
I
you
have been
plan my wedding?
Oh my god.
Brayley.
Of course, you're a tourmaline. Of course.
Brayley.
Apparently it runs in the family that you all have fucking wedding boards.
Well, I do, of course. And Brayley, I
Just in
I
case, you know.
started one for you. I just.
You know
Well, I
what
was as
like.
surprised as anybody when Mom said you were engaged. But yes, no, I would have one figured out for you, of course. But yes, no, you can listen. You can borrow my wedding book. I have been planning it since I was 5, and it is going to be stupendous.
Just change out everything that's sparkly with the mushroom, and we're good.
Why not sparkly mushrooms?
Oh.
Oh
You know.
my gosh,
Mushroom dress.
Ramiel,
What?
we need to have a slumber party. Because
Oh.
I need some advice from you. I can tell that you have a certain mind for these things.
I
Uh,
do.
He
I
does not
most
want just
certainly
want
do
your
not.
mind, but your teeth, I think.
Um,
Hmm.
but tell you what, Mark. If hypothetically, a union is in the works between my my special someone
Lucky boy.
oh my god and myself, you can be one of my what the fuck is the word
Groomsmen?
Groomsmen, yeah, you can be one of my groomsmen.
I have just the outfit. Oh, you are not going to regret this. Can I hold the bachelor party?
Sure.
You are definitely not going to regret this. I feel like, Brayley, you get a feeling of dread in your stomach that is unmatched.
no.
Mark's parties are legendary for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Mm.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see.
I think we have what we can for. Yes.
Oh, yes. Sorry, I didn't mean to distract you all.
No, well, given the current state of things.
He winks at you.
Mhm.
So, are we ready to face Captain Luca?
Oh, I do actually have one other favor from you, Mark. If and when Lord Arkwright does join the Termalines for dinner, and we happen to not be around, would you do me a favor and rake him over the coals for me? Just roast him a little bit.
Happily.
Thank you.
Just gonna pat Braylee's back.
So protective.
Well,
Protected.
of course I am.
Oh. Sorry, I misunderstood. Yes, I'll do that too, I suppose.
Oh.
Well, ta-ta. Have a lovely day.
Bye.
Bye.
You
Really,
all...
I meant it when I said that you're a pure soul. You're one of a kind.
Me?
Yes. It takes
Oh.
a special. It takes a special kind of person to look at things the way you do, and I've only ever seen it from one other person, and that person being my mother, mum rather. Gosh, that's gonna
Did
get
she like
stoked.
mushrooms too?
I think so. I mean, she cooks with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think you're swell too, Ram Ram. I don't know what magic you got coming out of you, but it seems like everyone's captured by it.
What can I say, darling? And Ramiel just does the anime hair flick. I'm simply just too fabulous.
Slay Queen, you hear Mark say as you're leaving.
Good God, what are his eyes?
So, you all head on down and find a ship that does indeed bear the... you said Luca you're going to, right?
Yeah, the one that
It is
the one
a
that's ready to fight.
Yes, it is a ship that is... you understand why it is called the Scarlet Demon. The ship itself looks like it has been through many repairs. And each time they do, they repair it with red planks of wood in a deep scarlet color. So there's the original wood that is the usual brown that you see in most ships, and then this one is just marred by large patches of crimson red lumber.
Oh, I thought blood.
Giving it it's just that's what it's been painted clearly. And that is what gives it the demonic appearance, and where the name comes from. The ship is actually currently undergoing repairs. It looks like it has been in a battle recently. So despite the fact that it is, you actually have to walk much further out this time to actually get to where, it's going to sound weird to say, the docks are, where the actual docks that you could, sail in and out of.
Mm-hmm.
You find this one, it has actually been raised up out of the water, at least partially, so they can get at a spot to repair a hole that's in the hull of it. You actually have to wait a moment until you can be, a ladder can be thrown, a rope ladder is thrown down to you so you can climb up onto the ship because it's too high up for the gangway. But you are, nevertheless, welcomed aboard the Scarlet Demon. The crew here is more what you think of when you think of a pirate ship. They are not wearing any kind of, uniform armor. All wear their own armor and have their own weapons. Kara, that's fair. You can fly up. And they are all just busy, hard at work, trying to get the ship ready to get back out to sea and get back to battle, because that's what they do. But as you step up onto the bow, a human man, actually, approaches you and nods. I'm Darrell. I'm the first mate on board the Scarlet Demon. I was informed by Captain Shagrash that you would be heading on over today.
That is correct. We are lieutenants from the Children of the Deep.
Diplomatic things usually go through the Diamond Sky. If you're...
Well, we already spoke to the Diamond Sky, and now we must speak to your captain.
All right.
I believe we have an offer that your captain will be interested in.
Okay. Come along, then. He leads you up. Instead of going down into this ship, you actually go up to where the wheelhouse is. Not like what you think of when you think of a pirate ship, where they would have like just the back end of the ship would have where the stern is. There would be the steering wheel. This one actually has like a covered house for it. And as you enter in, standing there is a Scarlet Dragonborn. He does have the red scales that you've come to associate with the Scarlet, though unlike, say, like Tashira's, which have that kind of ruby, glittery look to them, these ones are just more of a matte scarlet. He is a scarred-over man. He has clearly been in many battles. He is an older man as well. He looks to be, I don't want to say getting towards the end of his life, but he has been around for a minute. You have no doubt this man for sure served in the battles against Scala as well. The scars that he bears have a demonic nature to them, so he clearly fought in those battles. But he looks like one of the most unpleasant men you've ever had the misfortune of talking to. He does not seem like he's going to be a particularly nice guy. The look on his face is one perpetually of a man who has smelled a fart.
No.
So but he looks at you as you all enter and kind of grunts. What?
We are lieutenants from the Children of the Deep, and, well, to put it simply, we are planning an invasion. We are crossing the long jump, and we are seeing which of you lovely captains would be joining us for the excursion.
An invasion
That is correct.
of the Mother's Jail mainland.
Indeed.
You're insane.
Yeah.
We've been told that.
How many men?
Do we know how many men?
You do. You were informed by Captain Alspeth they are attempting to put together an army of 30,000 men.
30,000.
You have access to 30,000 soldiers.
We are working up the numbers, but we are confident we will meet that.
Darrell, give me the latest intelligence on the Children of the Deep. How many ships do they have? And he walks over and hands a piece of paper, and he looks at it. You don't have enough ships to move 30,000 men. You're not even close. Which is why you want the alliance.
Indeed. And, well, we provide the men. You have the ships. War.
Or at least safe passage along the long jump.
Let me ask you a question. Who's your enemy?
We're fighting the Draconic Legion, aren't we?
I mean, as far as you know.
Yeah.
Whoever made the unfortunate mistake of making this war, albeit a little personal for the general.
There's a demon hiding among the Draconic Legion.
A demon?
Yeah.
As in a dread demon.
Yeah. Darrell rolls his eyes. Here we go. You can laugh all you want, but it's true. Ain't no one fights the way they do without something bigger. I was there for fighting Scala. I stood against her legions. I know what they look like when they fight. There's a demon there.
You're certain?
I love him.
I'm certain. Darrell gives a look. Yes, well, that is contrary, of course, to all intelligence that we have. But the captain has always been quite assured of it. And if you mean to say that you intend to go stand against the demon, then you are probably going to be in the captain's good graces. And the captain looks at him. Darrell, shut your fucking mouth before I hang you over the side of this ship.
Mm-hmm.
He says, if you'll excuse me. And he grumbles and walks away.
Hi.
Captain Luca, may I ask you one thing? You've mentioned that you've fought with Scala's forces before.
Yeah.
It wouldn't happen to have been when the United Peoples of Terracin had made the call to arms, would it?
The only time Mother's Jail sent a fleet. Oh, I get it. You're from Moon Bay. Yeah. I was there. I was there when we liberated it.
Then it is because of you and your men that I stand here today. And for that, and Ramiel straightens up and bows low. For that, I do believe I owe you my life.
Get up, boy. You're embarrassing yourself.
I've been known to do that too.
There's nothing glamorous about war, and certainly not about fighting demons.
No.
And
certainly
that we
not.
can agree on.
All right.
We're not here for glory.
That's good. If you're here to kill demons, then I'm here to help you.
Very well. Said we are killing some demons.
Good enough for me.
Certainly a worthy endeavor.
So now we have your alliance?
Yeah. If you're gonna be sending men down to the mainland, I say about fucking time.
Excellent. It seems we are all on the same page.
Yeah.
We shake on it, and Braylee's gonna like offer her hand to him.
At
Yeah,
that, he,
fire
at that,
handshake.
at that, he cocks
handshake.
a half smile, and he reaches out and shakes her hand. His hand
It's
is old. It is massive, first of all, but it is an old. He is the definition of an old sea dog.
Yeah,
He has lived his entire life on a ship, and that is not an inconsequential amount of time.
So it's like a spit and shake
I
situation.
mean, basically, yeah. He is whatever. I'll put it this way: whatever Kelsifer is, this man is the opposite.
So what you're saying is you gave us a DILF.
I would say
Like a
he's closer to
double
a
D.
grandfather.
Dilf.
This man
Dilf.
is like. This man is like in his 80s. He is old.
It's old
So
and
Gilf.
seen some shit.
The gilf. No.
He doesn't have time for any of that shit. If he heard Mark, he'd say, good for you, but you're embarrassing yourself.
Pissy fuck.
Kinda, yeah. He is perpetual, he wakes up every day pissed off that he's still alive because this world sucks.
Oh my god.
Mm.
Oh my god.
I was about to say something. And
Every day he wakes up, and that means he has to tolerate more of people's stupidity. And it's exhausting.
yeah, I mean, have you seen who his first mate is? What kind of fucking name is Darrell? Holy shit.
He sucks.
He's trying his best.
Darrell, to be clear, is so trying his best. He has been made first mate, and the captain has fired him like 30 times, but the admiral keeps saying no and lets Darrell keep his position, which Darrell is super happy about. He's requested a transfer no less than 1,000 times, and he never gets it.
Oh god. Well,
He's like the fucking advisor from Mulan. to the fucking emperor.
He is, except he's not like a piece of shit scumbag. Like he doesn't want to be here either. He's like, I want to leave. He doesn't want to serve under his dad.
Yeah. Oh, it's his dad.
It is his dad.
Oh no!
Oh.
Oh fucking hell! Poor guy.
Yeah.
All right.
Woof.
Well,
Please, someone, gave
we,
Luca a good time.
we look forward to connecting more about plans once we have gotten the other captains to agree.
No need for plans. Put your men on the boat. We'll get them to the mainland. Kill demons.
Good.
Yeah.
I like that plan. It's simple.
Simplicity works best. You try and do anything complicated, they'll fuck it up.
Mm.
People are idiots. Just remember that.
Fair enough.
There was something that my mother was fond of saying. A person can be smart, but people are stupid.
That's a lot of words to just say people are stupid.
Oh my god.
Oh boy. All right. Well, easy enough. Then we will be off to the next one. Let's see. Captain Canis, Captain Lillian, and Captain
Dominic.
Dominic.
That'll be 2 out of 5 captains.
Dominic. Blech.
What about him?
Kids. Kid's got a mind for numbers. No mind for men. Doesn't know nothing.
Get mad there. We just swang a sword and lacked it.
He relays to you. I'm not going to say it because this is hurting my throat.
Yeah.
He relays to you that Dominic is the youngest of any of the captains.
Okay.
And that he is rather hot-headed. He is still very temperamental and young, but he is extremely numbers focused.
Okay.
If you basically, this captain hates him because this captain just wants plans to be simple, but Dominic needs everything to be spelled out: A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Here's the backup plans. Here's the backup strategies. And this guy is just like, we're just going to kill demons. And the guy's like, well, there's no fucking demons. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, old man.
Okay.
So-
Interesting. I hope we have enough information.
Plans
to give
within
him.
plans.
They don't get along at all.
That's fine. One has a plan and one doesn't.
You
Huh.
might be you as the characters and players might be starting to piece together why Admiral Shiso Denerin has both of them on his staff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The Admiral seems actually quite smart in the diversity that he has upon his staff.
All right.
You might also say it's a red versus blue.
Red oni,
situation right
red
here.
oni, blue oni. Yeah.
Let's
If they were if they were the same age, either girls would be fighting over them or they would be together.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Why not
that-
both?
All right, Ace Attorney.
and I think as you depart, the Scarlet Demon is where we'll wrap up for tonight.
All right.
You guys have 3 more ships to visit,
We do.
3 more captains to meet.
My plan is to do Lillian last. Both because I think everyone else needs to be on board first before we get her, and because it's climactic.
I mean, it does fit that you'd get to meet Lillian last. Yep.